Unit 1, Sustainability of Ecosystems. The way that humans view the world is known as a paradigm. Old paradigms have been replaced by new paradigms, and any change in a paradigm is known as a paradigm shift. The paradigm of modern man has differed from the paradigms of our forefathers. For example, people once believed that the world was flat, but now people know that the earth is almost spherical in shape. Just take a moment to consider your own personal view of the earth and the world as you look at the image of Earth from space. Humans once believed that the resources were put here for the sole benefit of humans and were endless. But the modern paradigm views the Earth as a sustainable system, provided that renewable resources are not used at a faster rate than they are replaced or recycled. You could even think of the Earth as being like a spaceship. As it revolves around the sun, the materials that are on it have been there since it was first created, and very little is being added to it, with the exception of material arriving from outer space in the form of space dust, meteorites, or other heavenly bodies. Likewise, very little material is lost from the planet, with the exception of materials such as satellites and spaceship debris. Therefore, we know that what is here, and that's it. Remember that elements cannot be created nor destroyed, and that everything is made up of one or more elements. Since very little is being added or removed from the Earth, it can't be ignored. Therefore, we consider that the Earth is a closed system. The materials that make up the biosphere, the thin layer about Earth in which all living organisms exist, are not as limitless as we once believed. These materials are in fact recycled, which means that carbon that you may find in your own cells may have once belonged to a Tyrannosaurus rex that lived over 65 million years ago. This is the reason why the human view of the Earth has changed. If we think of our resources, specifically forestry, there's also a paradigm shift that we can see here. Years ago, if trees were cut down to build a ship, a home, or to use as fuel, little or no thought was given to it. The forest seemed to extend beyond what the eyes could see. They were endless, or so people thought. Trees could be planted and they could grow, replacing the ones that were lost. Early foresters also used very simple tools, like an axe and a saw. And those typical tools could stack about 2 cords of wood per day. But now our technology has changed so much that we could actually cut 2 cords of wood in just a few minutes. With the change in technology, can our forests now be considered limitless? What will happen to our forests if we cut them down at a rate faster than they can grow back? Just take a few minutes and pause the recording and consider those questions. What effect does clear cutting have on the forest ecosystem? How about the fishery? Fish used to be taken from the seas with no thought about the number that remained. It was believed that man could never take all the fish that existed within the lakes and oceans because there were so many fish and relatively so few fishermen. Initially, fishermen used an open boat and a single jigger, and they would stop when the small boat was filled. Today, like the forestry, technology has changed, and the nets can be up to 5 kilometers long. There's electronic equipment that can locate the fish, and there's freezers on board that can keep fish frozen, allowing the fishermen to catch tons of fish over a longer period of time. Was the change in fishing technology sustainable? Can we manage a sustainable fishery in the future? The modern paradigm views that the Earth as a sustainable system, provided that renewable resources are not used faster than they can be replaced or recycled. Sustainability means that the system can meet the needs not only of our present human population, but also those of the future. Take a few minutes to consider the following questions and jot down some notes and answers in your exercise book. Number 1, how would you describe your own views about the taking of natural resources? Number 2, can man continue to exploit the Earth's resources as if they were unlimited? Number 3, why are we shifting to a different paradigm? And number 4, how did our fishery collapse? What could we as people, caretakers of the Earth, have done to prevent the decline in the cod stocks?